We're going to start off today with Coinbase shares surge after it crushes Wall Street expectations. The crypto exchange's transaction revenue doubled from previous quarter as crypto markets soared. So what does this exactly mean for like the broader crypto market? It obviously means that the deep pockets, people with big money, are investing into Coinbase that directly holds crypto assets. So it's a funnel. It's a funnel. The funnel is propping up the exchange that we all use in order for us to acquire our own assets. It's like when people invest in banks, like they invest in bank stocks, and banks are basically exchanges that hold our money for us and allow us to transact, propping us up, the people, to be able to buy loans and buy cars and stuff like this because it's holding our money. So for the fact that retail investors have been, and well, not retail investors, but like the sophisticated investors, the deep pocket investors, they are now also getting into Coinbase stocks, people with deep pockets. This is actually a good thing, obviously. So Coinbase shares surged after the U.S.-based cryptocurrency exchange beat analysis estimates for fourth quarter earnings and revenue, benefiting from soaring crypto prices. It earned $1.04 per share, beating the average analysis estimate of $0.02 per share. According to FactSet data, revenue of $953.8 million also exceeded the analyst forecast of $826.1 million, the company said in a statement. So why is it always a surprise when analysts expect, I don't expect it to do like 2 cents per share, but then it does $1.04 per share? Like, can't they just say a low number on purpose? Like, come on. Like, if you say you expect it to do 2 cents per share, if it does 4 cents per share, 6 cents per share, it's obviously going to be good news. So it seems like this is kind of like a gimme. It's like, hey, we're only predicting you're going to do 2 cents per share. You only have to do better than 2 cents. Come on now, do better than 2 cents. You can do better than 2 cents. Yes, you. Okay, shares of the crypto exchange rose about 13% in post-market trading after adding about 3% during the regular session. Coin shares had fallen about 4% this year, even as the price of Bitcoin surged about 23%. We're really pleased with the results, and Neil Gupta, Vice President of Investor Relations at Coinbase, told CoinDesk in an interview. Operational rigor that we set forth early in the year really paid off the course of 2023. Well, I'm glad it's doing well, but I also want to just point this out. Like when Coinbase first came onto the market, first had its public release for people could buy stocks, I bought into Coinbase for $304, and then I watched it go all the way to $100. So I'm still a little salty about that. You know, I did get out, but it just wasn't a good experience for me. Crypto prices surged for much of 2023. But the rally intensified in the fourth quarter as high hopes for Bitcoin ETFs, which were approved last month, sparked renewed interest in digital assets. That seemed to translate into more business at Coinbase. It saw 100% more trading volume during the quarter versus the third quarter. Fourth quarter volume amounted to $154 billion ahead of the estimated of $142.7 billion. The ETFs are really a win-win for Coinbase. I think we're already starting to see that play out on the platform. Gupta said the crypto exchange provides custodial services to 8 out of 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs, making it a key player in the business. Custody is obviously a relatively small part of the business today, but the great news about ETFs is that it's invigorating the entire sector, so you're seeing a lot of activity and engagement on the platform. So what does this mean? This basically means that people are using Coinbase as expected, and the trend is going upwards, which means that Coinbase is here to stay. So Coinbase is going to have a lot of power, just like big banks like HSBC and Chase, and we always hear about them in the American news, how their leaders are so influential. Well, we're going to see that start to happen with crypto. And the thing about crypto is that you really can't control these people because they have self-custody. So you can't bribe them and say that, hey, we're going to take away your coins. You can't say that. These people can't be bought. That's the main idea. They can't be bought. So, which is very good, a good news thing. But we'll see what happens. Because people can be blackmailed. Okay. But anyways, Coinbase has also posted 23 adjusted EBITDA of $964 million after previously forecasting meaningful positive adjusted EBITDA, earnings before interest, depreciation, and amortization generation for the year. The company expects to generate about $410 million to $480 million in subscription and service revenue in the first quarter of 2024, after already earnings about $322 million through February 13th. As for the share move, our stock performance has sometimes been better, sometimes lower, sometimes in line. I think the markets will figure that out. Okay, so that's the Coinbase news. Now let's go over to Ethereum. So this is what I've been seeing a lot about in the news lately, that the Ethereum's queue for the new validators is 51 times longer than its exit queue. What does that mean? So it seems that it's going to take a longer time for you to be able to stake, but it ain't going to take long for you to be able to unstake. And I remember staking was a big thing, and I actually did not want to stake. Just because that when I did have Ethereum, I hold 0 Ethereum right now. I know it's really puppy dog eyes. I'm really But anyways, I didn't want to stake Ethereum when I held Ethereum because it would just seem well, why would I want to put my Ethereum into something that I don't know is gonna I don't know if the upgrade is gonna come out to the point where I can take my Ethereum out. So that's a big deal. So, but obviously the upgrade did happen and people are able to unstake Ethereum. Almost 8,300 validators, each with 32 ETH, are currently waiting in line to begin staking, while 161 validators are trying to exit, a sign of continued interest in restaking. The number of Ethereum validators waiting to enter the network is at its highest mark since the start of October. The queue for validators to start securing the Ethereum network is significantly longer than the line for validators to to relinquish their responsibilities of confirming blocks, a sign of interest in restaking. The practice of reusing Ether already securing the base layer of Ethereum in additional ways. The more validators that are securing the Ethereum blockchain, the more Ethereum is available to be restaked. The enter queue is 51 times bigger than the exit queue at press time, according to the data provided by blockchain explorer beaconchain.in. Nearly 8,300 validators, each with 32 ETH, are currently waiting in line to begin staking, while 161 validators are trying to exit. The validator queue is a mechanism aimed at stabilizing Ethereum's proof of stake consensus. If validators didn't have to wait, a huge and sudden influx of Ethereum could either enter or exit, causing an abrupt change in the security system for the second largest blockchain by market capitalization. So it seems that this is a security feature. So it's like saying that, hey, we need to have law and order, basically, when it comes to going into staking, because we need to make sure that people aren't just pumping and dumping the stakes. We need to make sure that you're not just coming in order to get the percentage from the blocks that you help confirm, and then just cash out and then leave the security vulnerable, because this is a big operation that requires slow and steady moving around of the Ethereum. So this is my take on this. Is what I think is going on. But let's continue reading. The number of validators waiting to enter the network is at its highest mark since the start of October. Okay, we read that. Those currently securing the Ethereum blockchain are not waiting. The queue exceeds 943,000. The validator queue started to increase in the beginning of February, while the Ethereum staking yield is still below 4%. This increase coincides with EigenLayer's staking cap raise on 2 to 5 with Kelly Yee, portfolio manager at Decentral Park Capital, in a Telegram message to Unchained. More ETH available to be restaked. With 32 ETH each, the roughly 8,300 validators will bring in about 746.3 million in total to secure Ethereum. Consequently, this also means that more Ethereum is available to be restaked. EigenLayer, the protocol widely known for its restaking technique that extends Ethereum security to additional applications and networks, has been a popular destination for crypto denizens' liquid staking tokens. People have been able to deposit their liquid staking tokens into EigenLayer, but the team placed caps on each liquid staking pool. The team has temporarily lifted caps on the number of liquid staking pools people can deposit into the protocol several times. The latest cap raise occurred on February 5th, which saw the value locked in EigenLayer smart contracts more than tripled from 2.1556 billion to nearly 7.034 billion in 10 days. Data from DeFi Llama shows. As the number of validators entering the population outpaces those leaving, the rewards per validator will continue to shrink. As the number of validators entering the population outpaces those leaving, the rewards per validator will continue to shrink. Okay, so more people going in to validate Ethereum, the percentage that you get from staking decreases, because now there's more people, so you don't have to pay out as much because everybody wants a piece of the pie. Ethereum staking APR started at about 5% in June 2023 and has since decreased 129 basis points to nearly 3.8% at press time, according to beaconchain.in. However, Decentral Z noted that we expect Ethereum staking interest to continue to grow as the staking theme continues to grow. Ethereum currently has about 32.5% stake, which is still lower than the other big proof of stake chains. The price of Ethereum, the native cryptocurrency of Ethereum, has increased 3.2% in the past 24 hours and 17% over the past 7 days to trade at 2.8. Data from CoinGecko shows. Yeah, so this is, I remember when I was buying Ethereum, I was buying Ethereum at like 4,000 a pop, and I was telling people to buy that 4,000 a pop. So this is really crazy. But yeah, so like I really made a big mistake when I sold my Ethereum and then I bought it again, because like I kept on buying at higher prices, and it was just like, I learned my big lesson is that you really want to have, like, once you start buying crypto, you have to say to yourself, I'm never selling. I'm never selling, because the market will go up and down dramatically as people realize that they still need to cash out of crypto in order to live their actual lives for the meantime. Okay, crypto is just a store of value with utility. Okay, so now we move over to Elizabeth Warren pivots on Bitcoin. Shocking. The number one congresswoman who has been fighting Bitcoin, who has been fighting everybody and anything associated with Bitcoin, who has a salary of $200,000 a year, but has a net worth of $100 million a year, who has been bought and paid for many times over. Okay, I actually don't know if any of this is true. I'm just going by the numbers. Like, hey, you get paid $200,000 a year, but your net worth is $160 million. Where did that extra? How did you get from $200,000 that you're still getting paid to $160 million? Obviously, people are lining your pockets, but I don't know this for sure. But it just seems likely. Okay, but anyways, we don't have to get into that because I actually don't know for sure. So allegedly. But in an unexpected turn of events, Elizabeth Warren, the longtime adversary of Bitcoin on Capitol Hill, has seen the orange-tinted light and quite literally raised the flag to praise the work of Bitcoin's anonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto, celebrating 15 years since the network launched. Shocking. The flag of the United States of America. This seems important. This is to certify that the company flag was flown over the United States Capitol in honor of Satoshi Nakamoto for the 15th anniversary of Bitcoin, the first truly inclusive financial system that is providing new economic freedoms to populations previously ignored by both public and private institutions. Americans are forever grateful. Elizabeth Warren. There's something fishy about this. I don't have a good feeling about this because she was championing against it. Now she's changing her tune. Something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't feel right. This is that fingertip feel. Splinking feel. as the Germans would say. Sprinkenfeel means fingertip feel. This doesn't feel right. In participation of the Capitol Flag Program, Senator Warren's office submitted a request to commemorate Nakamoto's accomplishment of creating the first truly inclusive financial system, with the colors of the United States being flown above the Capitol on December 18, 2023, a date known to Bitcoiners as Hold On for Dear Life Day. Hold on for dear life. I feel like that has more than one meaning. I feel like if I had a hold on for dear life of Ethereum, I would, I could still get more Ethereum, but it's just like, I do see the value of just acquiring crypto. And even if you trade in and out of the crypto, don't cash out to cash. I'm just telling myself that because I'm literally like looking at myself right now. Like, I got the lighting on and everything. I'm just telling myself that, Arno, don't cash out. DigiHash, don't cash out to cash. All right. So, yeah. So anyways, while the sudden embrace of Bitcoin by the Massachusetts senator may seem a surprise, her career-long rhetoric about fighting for the financially underserved has finally taken shape within this tangible statement, as the speaking to her campaign promises to champion the working class negatively affected by corruption within both the government and the banking sector. The certificate produced by the architect of the Capitol in recognition of the flag notes the new economic freedoms to populations previously ignored by both private and public institutions brought forward by Nakamoto's Bitcoin. Why is she changing tune? Why is she doing this? We have to ask, why? The senator's office filing for the flag flying itself was noticed by Friends of Bitcoin magazine, PubKey, who are holding a public event in New York this evening, February 15th, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, to unveil not only the story of the flag, but the flag itself, complete with a dramatized reading of the famous December 1823 post on Bitcoin Talk that immortalized Hold On for Dear Life within the Bitcoin lexicon from actor, comedian, and Bitcoin TJ Miller. Prior to the event itself, an formerly Twitter Spaces hosted by Bitcoin magazine and PubKey at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time will further tell the story of how Satoshi's flag and Warren's endorsement came to be. Much like during the mid-1770s, freedom-focused bars such as PubKey played an important role in socializing the ideas and stories that make up a revolution. Okay, I'm going to actually follow up on that later because this seems like it's important. And let's see. Thomas Pachial, co-founder of PubKey, made note of the senator's pivot when speaking with Bitcoin magazine. This is a historic moment for how politicians in Washington view the promise and inclusivity of the Bitcoin protocol. What politicians do is much more important than what they say. Her website describes her as a leading voice for consumer protection, financial reform, and social justice, and her recent action of promoting Satoshi's work seems to be in total alignment with her stated political mission. Only 1 week before Warren ordered the flag flown, the senator introduced legislation to give the Treasury more tools to restrict the criminal usage of Bitcoin, making bold comments that they need new laws to crack down on crypto's use in enabling terrorist groups, rogue nations, drug lords, ransomware gangs, and fraudsters to launder billions in stolen funds, evade sanctions, fund illegal weapons programs, and profit from devastating cyber attacks. She even went so far as to make note of creating an anti-crypto army in March of last year in her bid for re-election. Warren had co-authored a letter to Fidelity CEO Abigail Johnson in May 2022, raising concerns about putting Bitcoin within their 401ks, stating that investing in cryptocurrencies is a risky and speculative gamble, and we are concerned that Fidelity would take these risks with millions of Americans' retirement savings. She does have a point when she says it like that. So what is this? Okay, so now, if you're looking at the screen, it says the flag of the United States of America. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown over the United States Capitol on December 18, 2023. Yes, you read that. Now that U.S. regulatory agencies, such as the SEC, have allowed the approval of 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, including Fidelity's FBTC, Warren has changed her tone, recognizing the immense economic freedom brought about by such a novel technology, and now joins a growing group of elected officials throwing their name behind Nakamoto's protocol. I don't trust it one bit. Well, that's it for today.